The Mavericks are trading Luka Doncic and Maxi Kleber and Markieff Morris to the Lakers for Anthony Davis, Max Christie, who played very well against the Sixers, might I add, and a 2029 first round pick. Let's start off with Blaze. What do you think?
All right. First of all, yes, the biggest surprise. And I was talking to Mitch about, and I was talking to my dad the same thing about, is this the biggest trade of all time? Most shocking, I would say maybe. But the
Yeah.
biggest trade, I mean, because there's superstars on both ends, this may be the biggest. But if you go back to, I think it's 65 when Wilt was traded to the Sixers, Wilt was far and beyond the best player in the league, and he was traded. So, I
Yes.
mean, if you can argue that was the biggest trade of all time. Now, at the same time, I think one person we're not talking enough about is Max Christie. I think he opens up his game now there and can do more. Number two, for all those people who said LeBron makes all the decisions in LA, bullshit. He did. I mean, and you can take it for what you want. You can come back at me and say, "Oh, LeBron knew he was part of it. He didn't."
Bronny knew. Bronny James knew.
Yeah, nobody knew, and that's what you guys got to realize. Even though I'm sure they go to LeBron for decisions because he's the main guy, of course he's
Yeah.
LeBron. But to say that LeBron makes decisions, listen, who we're talking about though? We're talking about the Lakers, the most egotistical, most successful, one of the most successful brands in the world of sports. Those hierarchy in LA, this proves it because they are not catering to LeBron. They're catering to their next 10 years. If LeBron made decisions, all the decisions, and he was the end all be all in LA, this would have never happened. I'm excited. I think AD, who first impressions mean a lot. You ever hear that saying before?
Yeah.
And I watched Luka get off the plane and do his LA thing, and he was hyped about being there. AD didn't look at any fans, didn't shake any hands. He didn't look happy. I know he did his thing and, tried to make it better, but I think AD, hopefully he can assimilate because he didn't look happy about it at first. Now, I'm not saying he's not happy to be in Dallas, but first impressions, Luka looked really happy to be there. Although you read what they both typed about their goodbye messages and stuff on Twitter when they said their goodbyes, you can tell that this was something that shocked everyone involved.
Yep. Yeah, Nikki.
Right. Now, when this first happened, I'm just going to briefly reiterate what I said in my video. I thought it was a dream. But then when I knew it was real, but it was hard to process. And then even when I made the core of that video, I still kind of sounded a bit awkward because I was still trying to process just what what happened. And now that I've had some time to think about it, it's dawned on me. I think and one of my bosses at work, who's a basketball fan, said something that makes perfect sense. Luka and the front office weren't on the same page. And now that I think about it, that's got to be the sensible explanation for why you give up your franchise star at 25. There has to be some sort of conflict going on in order to do something like that. And like to what you said as well, Blaze, the Lakers are thinking about the future. And you need that guy for the future. If this right here is one of those rare opportunities, which it was for the Lakers to strike and get that guy, take it while the iron's hot. Don't wait. You had a rare opportunity to get a star, could be your guy for the future 10 years at 25. Take it when you can. Those opportunities don't come every day in the sports world. And the Lakers were smart to strike right at the right moment because, hey, they have the benefit of being in the big market. They're basically the New York Yankees of the NBA. They can snatch free agents and pull off trades like that the moment the iron's hot. And the Lakers took advantage of their window, and they struck again. Now, Luka Doncic, previously guys like Pau Gasol, Shaq free agency, the Kobe draft night trade, so on and so forth. AD, and this is another example, the Lakers striking at the right time. Now we'll see how this one pays off.
Mm-hmm.
Usually it pays off in a championship some point down the line. Well, if the previous examples I gave, will that happen again? Time will tell.
Hey, even Shams thought he was hacked. He was on
Right.
McAfee. He was like, listen, I thought my phone was hacked when I saw all the messages. And I did too. I got up to piss in the middle of the morning and I'm going, okay, I had to make sure it wasn't NBA Centel that posted instead of Central.
All
But
right. So for me, there's a couple different ways. One, like what Nikki said, we're behind the scenes. We don't know. Maybe that's a conflict. Whatever. Two, not the Lakers. The Mavericks are looking for more defense. Like I said before, Luka didn't really try on defense. So you bring in Anthony Davis, who's one of the best defensive bigs in the league, along with Derek Lively and Daniel Gaffer. You have a big three with Kyrie, Clay, and AD. I think that's a starting lineup that you can actually win a lot of games with. And they also have PJ Washington and company.
you
So
can.
they have a good build. And a third thing is his conditioning. A lot of people are saying that he was too fat, that he gained so much weight, he's not even trying or whatever. Personally, I'm not buying it
Me either.
because it's just like a load of crap. You can say the same thing about Embiid, load
And
of crap.
Zion.
You can say that about all these guys. Well, Zion's an exception because he is in New Orleans where all the food are. So I'm just throwing that out
One
there.
of my first reactions was they were in the finals last year. Why do you mess up the
Yeah.
team that got you to the finals? Until I heard the defensive idea, and I think there's more to it. More to, like Nikki was kind of saying, people were kind of saying maybe dissension within the upper management stuff. But to me, I don't need to know. We have no right to know exactly why. That's not our business. I know in today's world of social media, everyone wants to know every single damn detail. It's none of our business to know. I mean, and right now, here's the thing, and I told Mitch this yesterday. Everyone's saying that the Mavs got fleeced. The Mavs, what are they doing? Why would they do this? They were going to build a statue for Luka. And now look, what are you doing? I think they're building a new arena or something too. It's like, and that, why do you trade your franchise player when you're doing all this stuff? Who's to say AD isn't the thing that puts them over the hump and wins them a championship this year? He's that good.
You have Kyrie and Clay. Clay's the perfect three option right now. They're building. This is Kyrie's team, I feel like now. I feel like they're giving the keys to Kyrie and be like, here, we'll give you another big. We'll give you already have Clay. So I feel like
if they get a way to
Kyrie's
get KD on there too, look out. If those guys can play together, because that's a fucking big four.
Yeah, we'll talk about KD
Max
later
Christie,
on.
I think, like I said at the very beginning, I think we're forgetting about Max Christie.
Yep.
I think Markieff Morris can be a good role player off the bench. That's something, and that first round pick, even though it's 2029, we think that's forever away, but that could be used to trade and stuff, as the Sixers saw in their trade. Getting picks can be important.
Yeah. Hey, it is what it is.
Yeah, Harrison was the guy with the Mavericks, like people were talking about Harrison. He's a Nike guy.
Yeah.
So he knows a lot of these guys. I know a lot of people were shitting on him for this trade, but you never know.
Right.
Look at what we were saying when Kyrie went there and him and Luka didn't work. And then last year they went to the finals.